I'm Hund, and you're watching The Gaming Vapor. Today this is going to be, this is the first of my videos. What I'm going to be doing is, I'm going to try to do something a little bit different from what I've been seeing out there. And kudos to the many other YouTubing vapors out there. You know who you are. Y'all are my inspiration for me starting this. What I'm going to try to be doing is I'm going to bring you the standard vaping stuff. I'm going to review a few addies here and there. I'm going to start off with the stuff I have. A lot of it's a little outdated by now. And I'm going to review some juices. And on top of that, I'm also going to be reviewing some older games. A lot of these games, some of you may have grown up on, and I'm going to be bringing them back. I'm not going to be reviewing them in context of the games that are out now, for obvious reasons, which will cause a lot of debate down that way in that comment section, that beautiful little comment section there that always has interesting stuff. But, let's see. I'm going to be reviewing them for what they are in and of themselves. Of course, compared to other games that I grew up playing as well. You're not really going to see anything newer here than probably PlayStation 2, and that's if I'm feeling like playing something that new. The one thing you're going to notice, of course, is that I'm going to be running everything on my wonderful PC over here because, well, it would be kind of hard to keep track of that many gaming consoles. Anyway, that's enough rambling. And here after the jump, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to some of my VaporSlam. I still getting all the conventions in my mind. This is only the third convention I've been to, and the first one I've tried to do filmings. But I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna get the video in here, and then after that, we're going to get out a addy I picked up while I was over there, and I talk about it in the video. I give you a first impression, and I'm going to bring it back. And I'm going to show you what it looks like up close and personal, and then I'll show you how it vapes. And I've also got a juice up here. I'll tell you what to think of it, but I'll leave that until after the video. We are headed over to VaporSlam 2016 down in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're still about an hour away. Of course, that's an hour according to the GPS. If anybody knows us personally, that means we'll be there in about 45 minutes or less. And I'll get the phone right here. Of course, I'm Hund. Be bringing you some footage.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Ow! Another one bites the dust. Hey, hey! Another one bites the dust. Hey!
So we're headed up to Charlotte, and apparently somebody's already beat us to the cloud chasing competition because it looks like this. And yeah, clouds for days, bro.
Clouds for days.
But you know what? We'll just make it even cloudier. All right, we're here somewhere. I ain't got started yet because I can still see the convention over there, but we'll be walking in here in a moment. Oh, dear me. This is der Hund, and we are now on our way into VaporSlam 16. Looks like it's going to be a fun day. It's nice and clear out here in Charlotte. Here we go. Alright, this is der Hund, and I can't even see my screen, but I ran into my friend over here, Cody.
What's up?
And his father. VaporSlam 2016, baby.
Alright, mine's moving.
And we're waiting in line, which
Actually, no, we're
is
not.
right there. See if I can get a good shot of it on the front cam. This is the line right there. It goes all the way around the building. We're going to be here for a while.
They're moving.
Here we are. I don't even know if this is him. Here we are. Down at VaporSlam 2016 in Charlotte. And it looks like this. It is jam-packed. We've got, I think somebody told me, over 160 vendors. And I mean, it's just insane. Right now we're just walking around, and I'm completely blown away. I've seen some juices, some companies I've never heard of. I didn't even think the vape industry had gotten this big yet, but it is rocking. It is absolutely rocking down here.
One of these.
Actually, that's a raffle. That one right there was the mountain. They are going to be having basketball tournament every hour on the hour today. So you want to keep that in mind. Vibrant smoke.
Oh yeah, you got it. Oh yeah.
Also, right now, in my
Oh yeah.
I have 3 mods, a bottle of juice.
Now, you want some good cotton? Your mod? This is the kind of cotton you need to get. All natural. Isn't that Japanese stuff? Alright, status score, guys. It is now about 14:05. And I've tried a lot
Had some good juice, have a little bit of bad juice, and I probably just about burned my cotton. But, we made it. We're going to see what we get out here. I got this ice cream, which I will try to review later on tonight. So in this video somewhere, keep your eye out for it. I'm not quite sure what kind of build I'm going to put in to get that. But probably do something with 24 gauge Canthol since I've got probably about half a mile of that stuff laying around. So, keep your eye out. Probably get some cool stuff soon. See if I can get some stuff going on later on. That's about it for now. Alright. Now we're headed back home. Sorry I didn't get more footage in there from the actual convention itself, but once things started rolling, we could not really get any good footage. Pretty much anything over, what, about 10 feet or so, it's just white. But it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Pretty sure I'm losing my voice a little bit there. Got some juice. Got some more juice.
Got some free shit.
And then when we were done, we got a little bit more juice. I'll try to do a couple of reviews. I already got my first impression on the ice cube, but I'll have to check the audio, and might end up having to do that one again. And either way, I'll get a more in-depth review and show you what it looks like up close once we get back home. Hopefully my lens on my camera will be good enough for this. I think I just said that on video. But we'll see how things look out. See you guys in a bit.
What was I going to say? Ah, yes. Here we go. Sorry. Alright, well, those are some good videos from VaporSlam. My mother, who you saw with me, and of course I introduced in my second intro on my phone, because I didn't realize I was just going to record another intro. That was my mother, and that was actually her first convention. She really enjoyed it too. She had to end up going back home to Ohio, and she's really a little bit camera shy. So I couldn't quite nab her for, you know, to ask her what she thought of everything on camera. That aside, let's go ahead and get to the juice review here real quick. So, my juice over here. Tally ho. Still learning about juice companies, so I'm not going to make a juice company intro about them yet because I don't have the info. And I don't want to say the wrong thing by any means. But what I'm going to be vaping for you today is Dolomite. And I know it's not the right thing for flavor, but I don't have anything else set up right now, and I'm still kind of tired from the convention even though it's the day after and I don't feel like building. But this was one of the Addies I was running there, and this is the setup I was running, pretty much. Just a different shade of cotton today. But I've got my Smoke X-Cube2, and I've got my little Competition Samurai. 6-wrap, 24 gauge, nothing too fancy, it gets the job done. Good little setup if you need to throw something together quick. Show you how to do it in my next video. Anyway, back to the juice. So Dolomite here. I've got to cheat here and read the card because I can't remember everything. They say it's a distinctive confection of creamy custard infused with fragrant strawberry, choice bourbon vanilla, and a mild trace of caramel. Now, that's what it says on the paper. Well, there was a fly up there, but I scared him away. Anyway, it's good. It's got a very good custardy flavor. Me personally, I love my custards. It's a thing with me. But custard really does stand out. It's got a good custardness. You can get into the strawberry a little bit, even on this competition Addy, which is not a very good for putting out flavors. It's there. The strawberry stands out. I'm getting a little bit of the vanilla underneath. I'm not really good at separating out flavors on my tongue, but it's there. Not really getting the caramel, but my tongue's a little bit flat still after tasting all the different flavors, so I can't quite pull them out yet. But it's there. It is there. Somewhere. I definitely recommend it. It clouds really well. I don't have my lens widened out here because, well, it's a little bit of a mess right now. I'm still learning how to organize, so I don't want to have a wide angle lens and end up showing everything behind me. But it clouds very well. It stays on your cotton. It's definitely a thicker juice, and it's definitely a good drip juice. I haven't tanked it yet, but I'm sure with the tanks I have, it will tank beautifully as well. I'll be reviewing the tanks as well, of course, in later videos. I've got a lot of addies, a lot of videos, a lot of content. I'm not going to try to squeeze it all in at in one shot. I don't have the time to edit that much. So here in a second, we're going to get up close and personal with another Addy, the Addy I'm going to review today, the one that is really nice. Really kind of, it's got that show feel to it. The Ice Cube, or as it's labeled, and me being the kind of person I am, the Ice Cubed. And I'll show you on the box why. I'm not going to argue with labeling though. More after the jump cut here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so here it is for you. Not much to the box. When you get it, it comes in a nice matte black box, beautiful red letters, doesn't say much else, just Ice Cubed. Of course, everybody calls it the Ice Cube. Either one works for me. Call it the Ice, call it that wonderful clear Addy. And this is of course what's in the box, or at least the main piece you're looking for. What else comes in the box, and I don't have it with me, it's in my travel box back here, are the extra spare parts. Right now I've got the chuff cap on it. One of the things that I thought was really neat when I first saw it, it's got a little screen, and you can't really see it on this camera. It's got a nice little screen in it, and it helps to, it kind of helps a little bit to cut back on the spit. Of course, I'm running, I was running temp control during the vape convention, which I believe I mentioned in the, videos. It runs really well, and of course you see down here, this whole side, and I'll do an up close and personal here in a second. The whole side on here is a clear glass. I think somebody told me it was actually a ceramic. But it's really cool. Vapes beautifully. And, you know, instead of me sitting here talking to you and showing it to you at a very wide angle, let's get down and dirty with it and show you how it really ticks. Alright guys, so here's that wonderful Ice Cubed, all disassembled and cleaned up a little bit. So what's really nice here, well, let's just start from the bottom. I had it in my hand anyway. So what's really nice here is you can see it's actually got the Velocity build deck. And let me grab my tweezers here. I've slowly become absolutely infatuated with this kind of build deck. I love the two posts, and if I hadn't taken my build out of it, which I needed to anyway, it was a really shoddy build. It was just something I threw together in the middle of the convention amongst loud music, and it was a little bit nastier than I wanted to show on YouTube. But you know, I love this velocity build deck here. It's got a nice little bit of a juice well there. You can definitely tuck a little bit of cotton in there if you need to, and your juice will sit in there nice and beautiful. Of course, I'll come up here to the body of the thing, and this is what gets really, really nice. Because I know there's people out there, they love to show off their builds, and it's a little bit, well, let's just say irritating sometimes. Because you're like, dude, I've got this wonderful dual fused Clapton something another. I'm still learning my builds here. And they're like, well, I want to see what it's like, and you end up having to pull the body off. And if you're in a convention or you're in a crowded place or or just in one of those types of areas, it's kind of a little bit easy to lose that top piece. Don't say it always happens, but there's always the chances there. And that's one thing I like about this is, well, it's nice and showy. You have your nice build in here, and of course you can see it through this clear glass. And it does not get as hot as a regular metal addy here. But of course it does get hot eventually, but it doesn't retain heat as well. I was vaping on it pretty hardcore, and of course my mom has one as well now, and she had a Canthal build in there, and it got warm, but it was never really, 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 really hot. And of course, if you haven't noticed already, the airflow, there's no airflow down here. It all comes from up here. And of course you've got your two airflow holes right here and here. Here's that wonderful, wonderful screen I was talking about. It does prevent spits. I'm not going to say it prevents all spits, but it helps at least keep them down. And the only issue I had was when I would drip my juice in here, higher viscosity juices, it'll get down to your wick, but some of it always stays right up here in the screen. And of course when you go to inhale the first time, if you don't purge, of course you're sucking in the juice from the screen first, and we all know what it's like to get that raw juice on your tongue. Simple workaround, you can pull this screen out, which I wouldn't really recommend because it does help. Or of course, good old vaping rule anyway, is purge out a little bit, and it'll push the juice out of that screen right there. And of course the airflow goes up through here, or, well, I'm going backwards. It comes in here and then goes down through here. And the airflow on it is nice and smooth. That is the very important thing. I don't care if it's side airflow, bottom airflow, twisted airflow, top airflow. If it's airflow through a 10-foot hose, the big thing for me is that it's got to be smooth and it's got to be strong. And this really does deliver. I didn't feel like I was sucking through a straw, and I didn't feel a lot of turbulent airflow, which is one of those things that it does get on my nerves a little bit. Of course, right now I've got my nice big chuff cap here, which comes with it, screws on, and let me just see if I can get it to screw off here. There it goes. I tried this earlier before I started recording, and the O-ring right here was a little bit dry, and it decided it wanted to stick a little bit, and it was a little bit harder to get off. Of course, you can see in the light now that there's this separate piece here. That's what you actually will pull out to get to your screen. To pull it out or replace it, it does come with a few spare screens. And then the reason you can also screw that out is you've got this wonderful little adapter piece. So if you don't want to run a bigger chuff cap, you can put one of your nice blue, purple, pink, whatever color mouthpiece you have, or if you just don't want that big of a mouthpiece in your mouth. Of course, they were kind enough to also supply a mouthpiece. I haven't used it, but my mother was using it all day, and she said even with the mouthpiece on it, it provides a great, great airflow and still a great flavor. Of course, me, I'm always the chuff cap person, and it's just fun. It's good clean fun with that chuff cap. I'm going to put this back on here real quick so I don't lose it, and I've already got it on here. Now, when you do initially get it, it does come with all your nice little O-rings down here, so you can pick, mix and match. You see your spare screws down here, which are always good to have, your spare screens, more spare O-rings. When you get it in the box initially, it comes with these nice, I call them white, they're actually a little bit translucent, but they come with your nice little white O-rings here. They're nice low profile, they kind of blend in a little bit. Of course, as you see on mine, I've got a fascination with blue, and I've got my dark blue bands on here, my dark blue O-rings. And it looks good, it vapes good. I'm going to throw a build on here. I'm going to get back out to my normal lens, and I'm going to show you how it looks. Or, excuse me, I've already showed you how it looks. I'm going to show you how it vapes, show you what it hits like, and let you know what I think of it after I've ran it for a couple of days now. Well, I've ran it over 24 hours. Usually it takes me about that long to get the feel for it. That's the ice cube for you. Don't really have much else to add about it other than vape's great. Produces a great flavor. I have to check the video again, and I'll edit this out if I need to. Actually, I probably won't, but I don't recall. Seems like I said that it didn't have adjustable airflow on it. It does have adjustable airflow. That's one thing about it is that the O-rings on it fit very, very tightly. So when you first get it, I would highly recommend taking it apart, taking that little ring I showed you, the little ring that's right underneath this chuff cap out, and lubricating it with a little bit of juice. It'll help, it'll loosen it up. The other thing with it too is you have to be careful when you're adjusting your airflow, because if you turn it the wrong way, you'll end up unscrewing your mouthpiece. But that's pretty much it. Vape's great, has a great flavor profile, produces good clouds too. I've got it turned to 60 watts. Let me bump it up here, or excuse me, I got it at 50 watts. Let me bump it up to 60. Vapes very nicely, and of course it looks really, really beautiful. And it does. It's not squared up there because my my Addy here and a few Addies you'll run into, the threads don't quite line it up right. But it doesn't really matter to me. It still looks good on there. That's all for now over here on Vaping Gamer, and I'll catch you on my next video. Leave all your comments and questions down there in the comment section below, and I will get back to them as soon as I can. And remember, it doesn't matter if you're vaping on a little bitty Ego or vaping on a 18 battery 18650, or excuse me, doesn't matter. Let me try that again real quick. I'm going to get my departure line here right. Doesn't matter if you're vaping on a little Ego or a humongous cloud chaser. Vaping's vaping, and at least it keeps you off the cigarettes. Do what you love to do, and that's all that matters.